There is a huge and constant U.S. naval presence cruising the Persian Gulf. There is not a single U.S. diplomat in Iran. The only Iranian diplomats in the United States are at the UN. The Bush administration has had more diplomatic contact with North Korea than with Iran. That's a fact. There's little or no chance that Washington will change Iran's behavior through diplomatic conversation. The U.S. and Iranian military, however, are in daily contact.
You know, captain to captain, bridge to bridge, there isn't a day that goes by that we don't deal at some level with Iranian Navy and Iranian Air Force.
Vice Admiral John Miller is the deputy commander of the U.S. Fifth Fleet, based in Bahrain. Roughly 25% of the world's oil supply passes out of the Persian Gulf.
It's important for us to spend time each and every day making sure that we're keeping those sea lanes of communication open.
When it comes to protecting the flow of Persian Gulf oil, there is a genuine coalition of the willing. British, German, Italian sailors. Still, protecting the sea lanes is one thing, searching an immense supertanker for explosives is another.
What you've got right now is an Australian boarding team that's going to search this gigantic oil tanker that's standing off the oil platform waiting for permission to load up. It'll be loading up with about 1.7 million barrels of oil, but first they're going to search the ship. That'll take them about an hour or two, which obviously can't be a very comprehensive search.
On a ship like this, the paper trail alone is bewildering. The crew is a mix of Indonesian, Filipino, Romanian, Ukrainian. The captain is Indian, the owner is Norwegian, and the ship itself is registered in the Marshall Islands. Just imagine some nation unfriendly to the United States, Iran, North Korea, trying to smuggle a nuclear device into or out of the region.
Something this size, you can't really scour it stem to stern and be sure that you've covered the whole ship, right?
No, we can't, but we'll do our very best as much as we can.
And with so many possible hiding places, this would be a daunting task, even with the right gear.
Do you have equipment that would allow you to detect explosives?
At this stage, no.
Is that because it hasn't been supplied, or because... That's a bit of a bummer, isn't it?
It'd be nice to get a few sniffer dogs on board.
Without the dogs, without the proper gear, this exercise is intended more as a deterrent, perhaps, than with any expectation of finding something. Indeed, this brief search turned up nothing. Economic sanctions, which were designed to influence Iranian behavior in the absence of diplomacy, have proved almost as ineffective. You have only to walk through Tehran's malls stuffed with electronic goods from around the world to get the point. U.S. sanctions have been in place for more than 26 years, with limited impact.
So how many countries other than the United States are really maintaining sanctions here?
Just the United States.
Masoud Ghadessi used to sell American oil equipment in Iran. And he acknowledges that Iran's oil industry has suffered. Oil production was 50% higher under the Shah. But now, he says, the Iranians are turning to other suppliers.
Most of these vital projects, you cannot delay them just because you cannot get the American product.
So what are they doing?
Well, they're buying alternative sources, cheaper. You could buy a Chinese rig, drilling rig for half a price of American product, but you could buy two of it.
So why would anybody ever buy the American product again if they can get something that...
This is the big question. This is the big question that everybody is talking about, that why America is trying to shoot themselves in the foot.
The sanctions probably do pinch a little more than Mr. Ghadessi lets on, but if the goal is to keep Iran from developing its nuclear technology, former Foreign Minister Ibrahim Yazdi points out that there are several other factors at work.
If President Ahmadinejad would agree not to continue the enrichment of uranium in this country,
It would open all kinds of doors to cooperation with the West, and most especially with the United States. Why is he so adamant about not doing that?
Americans and the Europeans, they complain against Iran in four categories: human rights, nuclear issue, peace in Middle East, and then support of terrorism. If Iran overcome this crisis, accepting the enrichment, then immediately the question of human rights in Iran will come up. And they are very vulnerable on that issue.
Good. Bye-bye.
What complicates things is the view of Iranian hardliners like Ayatollah Hadavi that America is just looking for a fight. He takes the position that the Bush administration simply used 9/11 as a pretext to go to war.
Okay, many people were killed, and I think it was a disaster. But was really this issue harmful for American policy? Of course, it was harmful for the people who were killed in this.
It was harmful to the economy.
Harmful to the economy in some sense, I can say, okay. But when America come and attack Afghanistan, the war machine of America is working now, and there is a lot of economic benefit for America in this. And now they're talking about the oil of Iraq and the power in the region, the power in the Middle East. Okay, now we can analyze how much harmful was the 9/11 for America and how much beneficial was it. What was it? I think it was more beneficial than the other issues.
Really?
And
how
because it was, as I said,
within 2 years,
made him to make the people accept, because the people, they were not easily accepting the provoking war in Afghanistan. Yeah. But now you can say it was acceptable, legal, because of 9/11.
To say that America benefits from people bringing 3 planes and crashing them into our buildings in New York and Washington, and another plane going down in Pennsylvania, and this is something from which we have benefited? Please explain to me where the benefit is.
No, I don't talk about the people in America.
Well, what about the economy?
No, I talk about
the economy,
policy of the government. It was beneficial for the policy of the government, but not for the people, of course.
Do you think the Bush administration is trying to provoke a war with Iran?
I think so.
Really?
Which brings us back to the final option, the military option, and those ships off the coast of Iran.